Hey guys, it's Rich from Over the Fender Garage. I got parts, so we can start putting this together and get it ready to run. Got the wiper motor, I got the tail lights, I got new door keys, I got all the fluids, we got the carburetor, stuff to make the power steering hose, air cleaner, all the gaskets, battery hold down, got a new battery. So it's going to be just about ready to run. We got the correct fitting now for the unit here. That one there. So I can make up that hose and put all that together. I got a power steering filter. I need to put that on there too. Old box, new pump. I don't want anything going in that new pump. We'll get the carburetor and everything on it, all the fluids and everything. Just about ready to start it up. Start doing all that stuff. Then we'll go ahead and stick in the windows and stuff. Got those all done over here. All retinted, all ready to go in. So knock those out. And I've got all the door handles put in. Backs are done, fronts are done. It's all that stuff. So I'll get into showing you how I did this. And this one. Yeah, they're all in. But it's all done, it's all twisted and all ready to go. So get that done. Took these apart and cleaned them out as good as I could. Yeah, first thing I'm going to do here though, I'm going to stick all my windows in, get all that stuff done here, get them out of the way. I don't like having this glass sitting around. Most of it's irreplaceable. The only thing you can buy is the back tailgate or the windshield. All the rest you can't buy any of it. So I hate to get any of it broke. So I'm going to get all that stuff in, get that done, out the way. Plus it gives you more motivation having all the glass in. See how nice it looks. But yeah, that's what we're going to get onto. First of all, I'm going to stick the tailgate in. That's about the most difficult one, is the tailgate. But I will stick that one in and get all that stuff done. All right, you just seen the other one in time lapse. Now I'll do this one in reverse so you can see what I did. and I'll explain why one is better than the other. See, now this one here, this is a more expensive model. This, you still have to do straps on here to mount this, but everything's on here. You know, you got the handle, mechanism, and everything. You just get this mounted up somehow, put metal there or whatever. Then the plate would go on with your door panel, and then the handle bolts on like that. Very simple, but expensive. This one here, so I'll take it apart backwards here so you can see. This is the most difficult part right here. Is that because the handle is made onto it, this is what I've engineered with them. You still got to do a swing arm like this to get your stuff over. I don't use cables on them anymore. I use wire. It's a very heavy gauge wire. It's probably, I think it's a number 8, but it's a galvanized fence, field fence wire. So it's extremely strong. I've used cables on a lot of them, and the cables break. You probably get maybe 200-300 opens on them, and then the cable snaps. This, I've not had one break yet. So I started using this wire. But what I've done here is that this little hole here, there's supposed to be a cable that goes through there. And then they have 2 cinches on here to cinch it together. So that'll hold your cable. So you try to put this in there, put your cable through, and then you have to try to hold this there and get the cable tight enough that it'll work. So what I've changed it to is this. What I've changed it to, I'll get the other camera and do a close-up. But there's a piece of metal here. I have the wire through, and I've done, instead of using this as a cable holder, put the screw in it. These screws come with it. They're actually meant to hold this plate, I think. I don't know, because they don't come with directions either. So what I do, I put the screw in the back. That changes, because otherwise you'd have this little area here for leverage, and this is all you would get. So now with the big screw out here, that's how much more movement you'll get compared to down there. So it changes the ratio. Makes it much easier to open. You don't have to fuss around so much trying to get the ratios right, because that's what this will do, is change your ratio. But basically, that's it. The hard part of putting this one together is now you have to be exact. When you cut that door panel, this has to be exact. And there's no easy way to measure to get this on here. So it's kind of drill hole, get this on the door panel, and then mark it all out. Where the other one here, being that you've got this on there, it's a lot easier. You got more, you see how thick of an area you've got to work with. With this one, there's very little room for error. So, but other than that, they will all work the same. They're all of the same quality. It's just one's a little more difficult to put in. But that's it. Next part here is I do my back 2 doors and then start making the door panels fit on the car. This is what I got on the back side of the handle. You see the screw, it's got a nut, so I can lock it when it's all adjusted. And then I have a nut and a plate at the end of the screw to hold that ratio And the wire's tied to that piece of sheet metal. It's a piece of 16 gauge, so it'll last a long time. But that makes the handles work great. Makes a nice ratio for opening. And there it is. All the glass is installed. All the trim is on it. Really changes the look of the car. Finally looks like a car again. Got the new taillights installed. Everything looks pretty good. It's nice seeing it back together. So basically all that's left to do is everything under the hood. A couple of things, the carburetor and the power steering hose. Get that stuff knocked out. And it's just about ready to fire up. And then it'll be on to doing all the upholstery work. Getting close to being done. There she is. We'll get onto it here pretty soon and get her all done. Alright, got all that stuff made. I have to make one change here though. My fuel line is pushing on the air cleaner. So I'm gonna fix that. Because it's, you see it's all moving over here. I got the bend just a little too far away from the carburetor. So I gotta cut the bend out, make the rubber line go down. Here, it's hitting the bottom of the air cleaner. Not by much, but it's enough to push it over, pushing up against the engine underneath. So I'm just gonna cut that off right here. Make that piece rubber. Fix that. Fuel line up against the engine. It's just gonna make it vapor lock. You might as well fix it now than deal with a vapor lock issue. Here's my fuel line. So now that air cleaner should cover it. Should clear that. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn my choke to where it's barely on. Like that. That should be fine for where I live. Tighten these back down. That is just on. Of course, it's not cold. It's 80 something degrees, so it should be more than good enough for right now. Might have to be adjusted when it starts getting cold outside, but that should work. It's an electric choke, so it'll be there when needed. But other than that, I think it's pretty much ready. We got the carburetor on, we got the choke, we got the fuel line, we got the throttle linkage. Air cleaner's all fit. So next thing we'll jump into is making the power steering hose and firing it up. And that will be in the next video.